Hello guys, welcome back to the Brutal Investor channel. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day today. In this episode, we're going to talk about another short-term interesting project that in my opinion has a good potential. And this project is called Gensokishi Metaverse or the MV token, right? Again, as always guys, I highly recommend you guys to do your own research on any of the projects we cover on our channel. And for this project, I recommend you guys to go to the website genso.game in order to learn more about this project, right? But before we talk about Genso, I want to talk to you guys about iTrust Capital. iTrust Capital is a platform for US residents and citizens to invest in crypto using their IRAs, right? So if you have an iTrust Capital account, you can basically buy and sell crypto 24/7 in a tax advantaged IRA, right? So if you go to the website itrustcapital.com and search for their pricing information, you can clearly see that first of all they have pretty transparent pricing mechanisms, which is very important because you need to understand what you're paying for, right? And when it comes to the account itself, they provide you with a $0 per month for personal free accounts, which means you literally have to pay no money from your pocket for having a monthly, iTrust Capital personal account, which is pretty cool. And some of their transaction fees are also low, some of the lowest fees in the crypto space. They have 1% cryptocurrency transaction fee. And apart from cryptocurrencies, you can also buy and sell gold and silver as well on their platform. For gold, you pay $50 over spot per ounce for gold transaction fees, as well as $2.50 over spot per ounce for silver transaction fees. So it seems like you will probably get one of the best deals from their platform. And if you scroll further below, apart from these benefits, you also get help with facilitating your transfer or rollover or a contribution to fund your IRA, along with them taking care of all of your necessary IRS and tax reporting information, providing unlimited storage with institutional custody partners, providing iTrust Capital platform support and maintenance, along with the fact that you get all of this for no additional or hidden fees, right? So this is the best thing about having an iTrust Capital account. So if you scroll further below, for people who want tutorials, they provide tutorials on how you can create and fund accounts as well. And further below, they have an FAQ section which will tell you more information about creating and managing your account with iTrust Capital, right? So when it comes to creating an account, if you use the link in the description and funding your iTrust Capital account with $1,000 value, you will basically get $30 as welcome bonus for every any account that you create using the link in the description and funding it with $1,000. So this is going to be a good offer for you to not only get one of the best tax advantaged platform for crypto, gold and silver, but you also get a $30 welcome bonus for using the link in the description, right? And by using the link in the description to set up an iTrust Capital account, you're also supporting the Brutal Investor channel, for which I thank in advance. So going back to the MV token, for the purpose of this video, I'm going to rely on the information present on CoinMarketCap's page for this token, along with the information present on the website itself. But this is only going to be a peripheral analysis, which means you need to do your own in-depth research before you put your hard-earned money on this token, right? So what is Gensokishi Online Metaverse? So Gensokishi Online Meta World, or Genso, is which is known in short, is a gamify and metaverse incarnation of the award-winning Nintendo Switch or PS4 game Element.Black. So when it comes to this particular game, it is a metaverse incarnation of a popular game called Element.Black, which was popular in which was actually an award-winning game on the Nintendo Switch and PS4 on the platforms, right? So this is the game that has pretty much reincarnated into the metaverse space, in a different form, right? So the iconic game has a 14-year history and has accumulated a total of 8 million downloads worldwide. It already has a 3D MMORPG game with active users, with a fully functioning 3D metaverse that simultaneously connects users from around the world, as well as be it smartphones, PCs, or video game consoles. So using the 14-year history of Elemental Knights, they have basically accumulated a total of 8 million downloads worldwide. So this game is hugely popular, especially in the Asian market, where there's been 8 million downloads worldwide, which is such a huge thing. And it's very interesting to see why they chose to come to the metaverse, because I think they believe in the future of metaverse and the crypto and NFT space, which is probably why they made a big move. Otherwise, there's no reason for them to make a leap into the Web3 ecosystem when they're already popular in the Web2 ecosystem, right? So that's very interesting and encouraging to see for people who are investing in metaverse projects. So it is also a 3D MMORPG game with active users, with fully functioning 3D metaverse that simultaneously connects users from multiple parts around the world, whether you have a smartphone, PC, or a video game console, right? So you can basically play with anyone from any console in any part of the world, right? So the development team behind the development has a brilliant track record, having developed online games and prominent MMORPG titles for 20 plus years. So this team who's behind this game has a very strong and brilliant track record of creating some of the most popular games in the MMORPG space for 20 plus years, which is such a huge streak in my opinion, and it's definitely the best team to work on a project like this, right? So our metaverse has a 13-year history. We have allowed users to come in and generate their own skins, characters, maps, and weapons for the past 13 years. So technically speaking, they've already had their metaverse even before the term metaverse even originated, because they have provided users of their game opportunities to create their own skin, characters, maps, and weapons in the past 13 years. So that's how they have been functioning. And now on this gamified version, all these items will become registered on the blockchain to be transferred, sold, and bought as NFTs. So what they're doing right now is basically just transitioning the same working formula that has worked for them for the past 13 years and moving it to the blockchain space. That's pretty much the only new step that they're doing, because everything else that they've done was pretty much the exact same thing. They've allowed people to create their own games, tools, and skins, and those are all things that you can term as NFTs these days in the blockchain space, right? So what's important is that we've refined the user interface in which users come in and design their original content through the entirety of the game's existence. So users can come in and refine the user interface and design their original content for the game's existence, right? And this is why the designability and usability of the NFT designing screen will be undoubtedly high. So whatever designability as well as usability of the NFT's designing screen is going to be undoubtedly high, right? So development will focus on transferring our existing MMORPG world onto the blockchain to form the basis of the in-game economy. In this phase, the mechanism and framework for the production, sale, and distribution of in-game items, currencies, and characters will be completed. So they're focusing on transferring their existing MMORPG game into the blockchain universe and creating an in-game currency to make a self-sustaining ecosystem within the blockchain space. And in this phase, the mechanism and framework for production, sale, distribution, and of in-game items, currencies, and characters will be fully completed. So this is the next focus for them, right? So now that we covered a quick overview of Genso, we'll go to the website itself, which is genso.game. And if you see right off the bat, they have a pretty cool website. There's a lot of things happening on in this website with the start button on the top left corner, and the Gensokishi online meta world. If you scroll below, this token has been listed on Kraken. We'll talk about the token listings pretty soon. But if you scroll to the right, you can clearly see some of the new updates that they have made on their website, right? So all of these are important information that you can go through. Scroll further below, experience fantasy in the world of metaverse. So they are providing opportunities for people to experience a fantasy world in the world of metaverse. We scroll further below. This is their trailer, which I highly recommend you guys to watch through so that you can get an idea of how the game itself looks like. And by scrolling further below, you can basically get a free-to-play game where you can also potentially earn their tokens as rewards, right? So spend the best time with Metaverse with people all over the world. If you scroll further below, play and earn. So you can basically earn tokens by playing the game. Rare items acquired from the dungeon can be sold by NFT. So you can basically use any of the in-game collectibles, including rare items, in the marketplace as an NFT, right? So scroll further below, you can see the UGC to earn. So you can basically play to earn the one and only NFT created by the players develop the game. So you create the game as you go. And about the service, here's and about the service section. To view more about this game, please click on the button here. Here's the roadmap. You can go through the roadmap to see which stage they are at right now. In the media, they've been heavily spoken by in multiple medias from around the world, including some of the noteworthy ones. And this is the most important section because they are partnered with several like a good venture capitalists as well as projects. Polygon, Trustpad, Bybit, Cowbow, Tokenova, Certec, GSR, YSL Legal, QuickSwap, Uniswap, MEXC Global, CoinGecko, Get.io Labs, Consensus, Sakura Guild Games, YGG Games, KuCoin, as well as Samurai Guild Games, as well as Hyrule Guild. So these are all some of the partners of this game. Tie-up brand is Aave, which is a popular project from Aave itself. And here are the team members who have doxed themselves along with the names and the roles. You can search for them on LinkedIn or other social media platforms to see what other projects they were involved in the past and what they're getting themselves involved in the future, right? And here, if you scroll below, you have the social media information to become part of the community and their white paper, which I highly recommend you guys to read through as well, right? So this is a platform that's powered by the Polygon ecosystem. So it is a very scalable second layer solution or sidechain solution on the Ethereum blockchain, which is very good as well because Polygon is one of the fastest growing blockchains out there, right? So now that we covered all the information, let's go to the website. Let's go to the CoinMarketCap page for this token, which is basically stating that this token is currently ranked 350th by market cap and CoinMarketCap, and it's currently trading at 76 cents at the time I'm making this video, with a 3.66 or 3.99%, depending on when you watch this video, close to 4% increase in the past 24 hours, right? So the market cap is only $84.9 million, which means it's still extremely low when it comes to market cap. And there's a huge potential for this token to grow in the future. And since it's still less than $100 million in market cap, there's a lot of volatility which you can take advantage of for the short term, right? If you scroll further below, you can see that the max supply is 2 billion tokens, which is quite a huge supply, and out of which only 6% of the tokens are in circulation, which is extremely poor for a project that aims to do so much. So I think the tokenomics is definitely a big letdown for this project, and a lot of tokens will get dumped into the market. But since this project is quite popular, a lot of fans, OG fans for this project will definitely stick on with them by holding on to the tokens and not dumping them. But a lot of other major investors who may choose to invest in this project will not be willing to hodl it for long term, and therefore they'll pump and dump this token multiple times in the short term, right? So that's something that you need to be very careful about. The tokenomics is going to definitely impact the project in the negative direction in the long run because of its huge supply, right? When it comes to the charts itself, you can clearly see that this token has made some predictable moves in the short term, thereby making this a good short-term project. If you look at the price of this token, it was initially worth 48 cents as of 28th of January 2022, and then it reached a new all-time high of about $2.05 as of 8th of February 2022, and it crashed down, reaching a price of close to 85 cents per token, and then went up, down, up and down. It was kind of bouncing up and down, reaching as high as $2 per token, going down and then going back up and then going back down, and then it reached an all-time low, which is the current price of this token right now at 76 cents, with occasional pumps and dumps in the past 24 hours or maybe in the past week, right? But this is definitely a good opportunity to buy this token, and if you see from its previous historic price points, you can clearly see that this token goes down but then comes back up again pretty shortly, and it definitely does make some good rapid gains in the short term easily, right? So it is a really good project to focus on for the short term. term if you're trying to look for a good short-term project, but it's not a token that you should invest in without doing your own research, right? When you look at the Bitcoin comparative, you can clearly see that this token has a pretty similar volatility to the dollar comparative, but in the recent times, the Bitcoin comparative has started slowly decoupling with the dollar comparative. We'll discuss that as well. So if you see, the initial price of this token was 10,000 satoshis per token. It went as high as 35,000 satoshis per token, went back down, went back up and down. It was the same bouncy pattern till the price of 40,000 satoshis per token. The token was pretty much in correlation with the dollar comparative, but then it started crashing and then it started decoupling. In the dollar comparative, the token was continuously crashing, but in the Bitcoin comparative, the token was holding pretty well and it was moving sideways more than having a violent crash as like in the dollar comparative. Only during recently it seems like the token is basically going in the same direction as the dollar comparative in the Bitcoin comparative as well, right? So I think the current price of this token is currently at $2,000, 2,000 satoshis per token as of making this video, but it definitely can pump close to 40,000 satoshis per token. But this is definitely a good opportunity for you to look into this token in both Bitcoin and dollar comparative, but Bitcoin comparative could be much more volatile, so I suggest you to be extremely cautious about that. But dollar comparative is definitely the best way to go, and if you know what you're doing, you can make some really good Satoshi gains as well if you invest in the Bitcoin comparative. When it comes to the markets itself, you can clearly see that Bybit is the best place to buy this exchange with most of the volume coming from. KuCoin, Get.io, and MEXC are other exchanges as well to buy from. I wouldn't really go below the Get.io exchange because you don't really have a lot of volume and liquidity for this token, right? If you want to buy this token from a decentralized exchange, Uniswap version 2 will give you an opportunity to buy this token from Ethereum blockchain, but the fees are going to be extremely expensive. And QuickSwap, which is probably the best place to buy this token from, with USDT and wrapped Matic comparative, you can basically buy this token for a fraction of a cost and in a fully decentralized manner on QuickSwap, right? So QuickSwap would probably be the best option for a decentralized exchange, and Bybit, KuCoin, and Get.io are probably the best exchanges to buy from on a centralized exchange, right? So what's my final verdict on this token, guys? I think this token has some pretty good short-term potential. I think this token can easily reach close to $1.50, $2 per token in the next few months. In the long run, the tokenomics will definitely slump the price of this token. So I wouldn't really suggest you to hodl this token for the long run. But for the short term, definitely like $1.50 to $2 is definitely coming in pretty soon, right? So if you buy this token at this price point, you're definitely going to make some really good short-term gains. But again, this is not financial advice, right? Again, remember, guys, you guys are not regular investors, you guys are brutal investors, so stay brutal. Thank you very much for watching my video, guys. If you like my video, please hit the like button and subscribe for more videos. See you in my next video. Bye.